Hello, good people. Vera here. Today I want to talk about a Kabbalistic explanation for any hardship or any darkness we might have in life. And last week, on the Saturday, the reading from the Torah portion was about the slavery to Egypt. And by Kabbalah, slavery to Egypt is actually an allegory for our slavery to our ego. It's not the physical Egyptians that actually took the Israelites to be their slaves. It's when we are falling into the slavery of our own egos. And the question that was asked was, how come God or the Creator actually allowed his beloved Israelites to go and be slaves for 210 years? Why? What was the reason? And the answer is, it's really interesting. So what happened was there was a camp of Jacob's family. So Jacob's and all his wives and all his maids and their kids that were traveling around, and they ended up in Egypt. And the reason was because Jacob had sons from his official two wives, Rachel and Leah, and he has sons from his maids. And what happened within the camp is that the kids of the official wives were looking down at the kids of the maids. And God didn't find a better way to eliminate this superiority and this arrogance other than to send everybody to be slaves for a long enough time so that this difference will be erased. And everybody, all the Israelites could say, we were slaves all together. There was no difference anymore who was whose son. And what it says actually is that the source of any darkness in our lives is actually arrogance. When we look at somebody else with any arrogance or superiority, we create darkness and we will be slaves in our own lives. So if we don't know why this bad thing happens to us or why these bad things happen to us, it is really recommended to see, where am I being arrogant? Where am I looking at others with superiority? And I don't know about you, but I do have this problem. Especially the more work I do, the more blissful my life is, the more grateful I am about my life, the more I question myself at times, why don't they do that? Why don't they eat better? Why don't they change the jobs that they hate? Why don't they leave the relationships that they're not happy with? And there is a sense of arrogance and superiority. And at the same lesson I was listening to, there was a really good advice of how to avoid it. So what the Rav said was, the only reason we are looking at others with superiority is because we don't see the whole distance of how much more work we have to go to get to the ultimate light and ultimate goal. And the comparison was, if you are in a race and you are racing with somebody else and the whole race is just 1 mile long and you are ahead of somebody by half a mile, you are definitely winning. There's no doubt about it. But if you would know that there is 10,000 miles to go, this half a mile wouldn't change anything. So the same with our lives and with our growth. If we compare ourselves just within the limits of this lifetime, then yeah, we could look down at somebody and say, yeah, they are not as enlightened or developed or whatever you call it, spiritually grown as I am. But if we would only realize the distance that we still have to go to get to the goal, then the differences between us become completely insignificant and the arrogance goes away. That's it. It was a big insight to me. I really would love to hear back from you. What do you think about it? So comment, like, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.